Hello, sports fans. Welcome to another podcast from the Zebra Lounge. Mike DePilla and Andrew Seidler. I'm Mike McGuire, and today we are talking about the Chicago White Sox. Boys, interesting situation at the hot corner on the south side here. Where do the White Sox go with Joe Crede right now?
Yeah, you're right. This is a really interesting situation with a lot of little ins and outs going on here. Like, Joe Crede is arbitration eligible for next year, so they're going to have to negotiate something, and then he'll be a free agent after 07. Here's the thing. He's got a little back problem. He may need to have surgery, but his agent doesn't want him to have the surgery. And guess who his agent is? The one and only Scott Boras, Ken Williams' best friend in the whole wide world. So I think we're going to see maybe even a trade of Crede in the offseason.
That could be. And with Fields there, the Sox probably feel like they have some level of bargaining.
They have
chip,
some kind of leverage while they have Fields.
Not a lot of leverage, though, for an unproven. A guy who is going to be good and probably is coveted by a number of other organizations, but Crede is coming off a ridiculous year.
I think there's a whole team worth of, a whole field worth of iron workers in a union who would kill you just for saying you can let Crede go, because he's meant so much to the Sox.
I would not let him go by any means, because I think he's a hot, he's the cornerstone of the team.
Yeah,
in the infield. More so than Connecticut to me.
Yeah, I agree.
Statement.
He's not quite as much the face of the organization.
No.
I think in a few years he very well would be if he was still there.
Yeah.
And I think with Crede, you're also talking about a guy who we were talking about earlier. He's at the peak of his value, but maybe so far he still could be going up.
Right?
He's
How do you
still
put a ceiling
guy.
on that guy?
He's still a young guy.
He could be going up next year. He could have another phenomenal year, or he could hit 260 next year. You never know. The point is, they could get a lot for him in a trade right now. Would I trade him? No, I would trade Fields because I'm not sold on that kid yet.
Yeah.
But the relationship, the history between Boras and Ken Williams and Jerry Reinsdorf is just god awful.
Yeah.
I mean, it's too contentious. You got to see the handwriting on the wall.
Yeah.
That he's not going to make a big offer to a player whose agent is Scott Boras. And unfortunately, that's Crede's agent. Now, I mean,
that's kind of pigeonholing the Sox in a bad place. It's too bad. Crede's the guy to keep.
Yeah, Crede's come in and said, I'm running the show. He works for me, not the other way around.
Right.
But you've heard that before.
Yeah, no kidding. And you can say you got... I'm sorry, go ahead.
No.
You can say you got Fields in the back all you want, but I mean the Cubs had Gary Scott ready. People have people in the pipeline to the major leagues all the time, but it doesn't pan out all the time, And when you have,
especially at third base, more prospects are going to fail at third base than you see.
Absolutely. And you don't want to trade a dollar bill in your hand for the promise of one to come later. If you got something there, I think you got to ante up and pay. And they do have, as you said, a cornerstone. And Crede, I think they got to do all they can to sign him up. So for Mike and Andrew, if this actually works, I'm signing off, saying good luck, Sox, in your off-season hunt.